So the snow and ice has been hanging around a bit longer this year. We had a lot of it during the past 4 or 5, even perhaps 6 months really. I figured I'd give Mother Nature a little hand and take my snowblower, use it for the last time of the year, and blow away some snow. "14 feet of snow on average is what this area gets. And I have a good 3 feet of snow left around my cabin yet. Here you can see I'm clearing all the way past my sawmill up to those beautiful logs I cut this winter, and I am happy my sawmill house made it through the winter. My plan is to cut up those logs and build a huge garage right here where I'm clearing with my tractor right now. And this garage will be big enough to house my tractor, snowmobiles, that kind of stuff. Fast forward 2 full weeks now, and the ice is starting to break up and the golden-eyed ducks are back, and this is mating time. I figured I'd help them out. Every year I put out these golden-eye nest boxes. The golden-eyes kind of nest all over the place. They'll even try to get in your cabin chimney if you're not careful, if you don't have a cap on it or whatever. So these boxes are pretty simple, and I have about 10 of them in our lake here. Every year I go around, and I tell you, the ducks are in every single one of them. I'm giving it a good 80 to 90% success rate. They all nest up in them, and here you can see I'm just kind of helping them out with a bit of grass and stuff. They'll finish this off themselves. But I tell you, it's rewarding to watch them go in and out of the boxes, have their young, and then out into the lake. Time for a bit of breakfast. Getting a bit hungry. I've already had a coffee, but I haven't had my breakfast to eat yet. So I figured I'd put on a little treat for myself before I get back at things up on the property. Now I could have easily cooked this inside my cabin, but I do love my outdoor kitchen. I love to cook on it with this grill, put something in the oven occasionally, smoke some stuff. And I did have something else I wanted to do around this outdoor kitchen today. It's an old piece of wood I picked up last year when I was cutting my wood. I noticed there was one chunk that had a hole into it, and something had gotten in there and made almost like a nesting area. So I saved the chunk of wood and I stuck it up right on the side of this outdoor kitchen. So now like a swallow or some sort of a bird like that can come and use it. Hopefully anyway. Just curious just to put it up there and see how it all turns out. The delicious smells around an outdoor kitchen, particularly on a morning like this when it's not real windy, it'll fill the whole area you're standing up in. And it just leads to even a better feeling of being out there. Of course the dogs smell it no matter what. They're waiting for their little piece of it as well.
Buddy Chuck Porter. I knew him long before he was ever a YouTube star. Here goes nothing. New Brunswick Fiddleheads.
My girls.
Here you can see how much snow has disappeared in those 2 weeks. One thing about it is that we get a lot of snow, but it goes fast when it goes. I wanted to do some cleanup up around my sawmill house, even though you try to put that stuff off, and I do. But to just get up there and take the slabs that I had left over there from last year and get set up with a nice bit of crushed stone to put under this sawhorse now, it'll just make that task a little easier. I'll get those sawmills slabs sawed up and taken down to one of my sheds down by the cabin to burn later. A fun fact I'll throw in here is that I put a new chain on this chainsaw late last fall, and believe it or not, I did not sharpen my chainsaw once this entire winter. It's a first, but I didn't strike anything that I wasn't supposed to be cutting into, basically. And it just stayed sharp, crisp, all the way through. I think Melanie kind of questioned whether or not I was able to get this trailer full of wood in between the tree and the camper and not break at least one thing. So I, of course, being a man, I had to go for it. Some pretty good driving right there. And there is an old saying that says, behind every good man there's a great woman. And of course, Melanie is the best. And behind the scenes, she's working feverishly as well. Not always on film, but she's always at something. I decided I'd fire up the outdoor oven, first time in a little while, and put on some delicious wild game to eat later in the day. We harvest our own waterfowl and big game, smaller game, fish and whatnot. And this is a black duck that my son and I shot when we were in Nova Scotia last fall. We do that trip annually, and we bring back and care for the meat, and the meat lasts until the following fall when we can get some more. And I tell you, if you want to try something that's delicious, try one of these wild ducks, and I tell you, it's a treat each and every time. And it's simple to cook. Just throw it in the oven, let it burn up a little bit for an hour or so, put the cover on, and I tell you, you'll see the end result. It will amaze you. Just doing some more prep work on this sawmill house. Of course, I only built it last summer, finished it off last fall, and I plan to do some nice, cool stuff with it. I've only just begun, actually. It's just a bare structure right now, but I like to have things at my fingertips, and in a convenient sense, you'll be able to reach around and grab what tools you'll need pretty much each and every time that you use your sawmill. Well, now that the cleanup is done and a little bit of prep work, I think it's time to haul down some of those 10-foot fir logs that I cut last year and try a couple out. I got some lumber. I need to cut some 2x4x10. These things are not light. I don't have my tractor set up with my forks yet, so I just kind of manually brought them over with my trailer. And just pure brute strength and stubbornness. Anybody who does work with logs will tell you that. Just gonna do some rough maintenance checks here now. I haven't looked at this blade since last fall. Give it a couple of twists. I even forgot to slacken off the tensioner at one point. You'll see me tension it back up later in the video here. Everything is cool. These engines are kind of bulletproof anyway. And as mentioned, these logs are just cut rough. A little longer than 10 feet. So I just cut it off as close as I could to the 10-foot mark. And now I'm just about ready to start this mill, which, by the way, has not been started since last fall. Let's see how that goes. Unbelievable. Half a pole. I think my face says it all right now. I'm pretty impressed. It's so good when it works out like that. Here we go. I'm going to tighten up the tensioner and give it a try. There are many ways to cut out a log to maximize the amount of lumber. I just use this little simple ruler. I'm trying to get the most I can out of it. I'm primarily looking for 2x4x10s here, but undoubtedly we'll end up with some inch board as well. I'll take whatever I can get. The mill seems to be working fine. Here we go. First slab off of the very first log for this year, and I have to cut a ton of wood to build this big garage. It's hard to explain, but there's something very satisfying about putting the work in cutting those logs in the wintertime, and it's hard work. And you bring them back to your mill, and there's been days when I've questioned and said, why am I even doing this? You know, why don't I just go to the store and buy it? But I tell you, here's where it pays off. Your work comes to this point now, and you start that sawmill and start slicing off of those, any type of wood that you're looking for. And the boards are very expensive these days. So it only takes 2 or 3 cuts, and you are already saving big bucks if you organize it the proper way. So I ended up milling 3 logs, 3 half decent sized logs, and I ended up with 15 pieces of 2x4x10, 1 piece of 2x4x8, and about 4 other nice 1-inch boards, and even a few pieces of strapping. Not bad for about maybe 45 to 50 minutes worth of work. Now let's go back and check on that duck. Starting to look pretty good. Pop it back in, do a little bit more work, and then come back and enjoy that immensely. Equally as satisfying is using my tractor for pretty much any task. I gotta tear up all these old roots and level off the ground for a concrete slab for my garage. And I gotta make a lot of trips up beyond my cabin here, so it's nice to be able to use my new trailer here, and I can get about 2 to 4 bucketfuls of material into it, depending on what weight it is. And that'll save me a lot of trips back and forth with my tractor. This is a pile of compostable material like gravel, sod, rotten sticks, some old sawdust from my mill, and I use this from time to time in my potato beds or flower beds. Oh boy, looking good, cooked perfectly. Let's take it in and give it a taste test. Good.
Well, guys, I'm going to stop filming now. It was a typical day in the spring here. There's not much downtime. I'm going to try to film as much as I can, but I tell you, it's sometimes it's hard because there's so much to do. But keep tuning in. You never know when a video might pop up. And until that video, take care of each other. Get outside and enjoy everything outdoors. And we'll see you next time.
Guaranteed!
And so, from Versailles, get outside and enjoy everything outdoors. And we'll see you next time, guaranteed.
And we'll see you next time.
Guaranteed.
Get outside.